Good morning. It's bright and early. Today's the day Oliver goes for his CT scan, right? So if you saw my last video I posted, it was like a vertical video that I had made for Instagram, just letting you guys know what's been going on with Oliver. I think I'm going to document it a fair bit here. Yeah, like we were just trucking along so well and then found this huge mass on his neck. He wants to sleep longer. I had a 6 a.m. meeting. It's now 7:17 and it's way too early for him. He likes to nap. Oliver likes to sleep really late. Even when I'm working early in the morning, he has no desire to go for a pee, so we'll have to go out soon. Anyways, today's the day we go for the CT scan. I have to drop him off. I have to drive him to Mississauga from Burlington, drop him off. They're gonna have to put him under general anesthetic, do a CT scan, which is, I believe they said 3,400 and something, to just figure out more information because of the location and kind of like that it bled so much with the aspiration biopsy. They don't want to do anything else right now. They're worried that they can rupture it if they don't know more information. So what the CT scan is going to do is going to tell us if there's like any more tumors throughout his body, and more about like, so it's on his right side, so more about the makeup of this, like is it wrapped around an artery or something. We don't think it is. We think it's pretty movable, but we're just being sure. So they were like, it's going to give us all the information we need in one. So if there's more tumors in his body, he'll be moved to palliative care. If it's a thyroid tumor, like what we think, and it can be surgically removed, we'll be moving forward. But the vet bills are going to be outrageous. So this is why I started that GoFundMe. We've raised, as at this point, over $2,000, which is amazing. And that's going to help huge with the CT scan today. You know, I got divorced a few years ago and we've been doing well, but like I have first of all, my kids mostly live with me. And two of my kids are like just kind of higher needs than the other ones. I don't want to get into at all like stuff that they've been through, but it limits the amount I can work. So I work every minute I can with the water cooler. I've built my own business. I was going to become a realtor, I'm sure you remember. And then it was very clear that I had to be way more flexible and present. So I was like, hey, Ben and I started this business and it's going amazing. I love it, but starting a business takes a while to really like you have to put a lot back into the business. So we had been doing well, you know, with the other money I get from like, you know, child support and everything, but this is just like a really unexpected wham. And I don't think it's responsible to just like get into a bunch of debt for for this. And I don't want to have to, you know, if it's a good outcome, say it's thyroid cancer and he can have the surgery, and he can, like the doctor's like, he could live for, this is what I need to ask them, is they're like, he can live for like 3 more years. I'm like, well, why would, after 3 years, could it come back? Maybe that's the average. Like some of them it comes back, but most of them it doesn't. So it could be a full life. I was prepared for them to be like, oh, it's either this one horrible cancer that's like, he'll live for 3 to 6 months, or it's this other kind of cancer that he'll live for maybe a year. So to hear that it's like 3+ years, that if it's the thyroid cancer and we treat it, that makes sense to me to treat. It's just really hard because it's not like I have that money just sitting around, because this surgery and then the chemotherapy, they said like around 10,000, probably more. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just first figure out what it is. So today he goes in for this CT scan. I'll pick him up later today. He's gonna be there all day, and then we'll know a lot more. I'm not gonna do the thyroid blood work until we know more about the CT scan. I want to do one things at a time. They're kind of pushing for that, but then they know that could be not worth, like if it's clear from the CT scan that it's not thyroid cancer, we've kind of done unnecessary tests. So I don't want to do it that way. So that's going to be kind of the plan. Anyways, we got to go. It's going to be a bit of a drive to get there. And I am a very punctual person. I never show up anywhere late. And then from there, I have to actually go out even further to pick something up. So it's a busy day, but he's totally worth it. So it's pretty amazing how much he's sucking on his blanket right now. So because he was abandoned at 4 weeks, he didn't nurse long enough. And this is what a lot of dogs, I've seen a lot of other dogs who had the same situation, they do this. So it's like compensating. It's just like instead of chewing a bone or something, that's like how they self-soothe. Doesn't mean he's stressed or anything. It's just something that he loves to do. Okay, we're all ready to go. Oliver's in his seat. That's where he sits, and he's buckled in. He either sits there like a human when we're going somewhere without the kids, or he sits in one of the back seats there if the kids are in the car. But Oliver, you excited to go? You ready? So that's a buckle down there that attaches to his harness, and then it buckles in. So I got that at Ren's, but those are, I like that one. I've dropped Oliver off. I feel good. The people there are so nice. The technician, it was the same one as before, and she's just so sweet. I feel very, like, it's a brand new hospital, and I feel like they're super competent. I just feel really good about it. I'm gonna find out, so I won't have like the detailed diagnostics till next week, but I'm gonna find out something today because they have to call me. I've made it clear that they have to call me to ask permission before they do the blood work for thyroid specific, because if it's already spread or if it doesn't look like a thyroid tumor, that's just money wasted. So they're gonna have to at some point call me. I think they said he's gonna be going in for his CT scan, so he gets put under general anesthetic, and then he'll be going in around 10 a.m. So, and I'll be picking him up like later this afternoon. Yeah, I have to, because I have a presentation, a client presentation today. Anyways, I feel good. I have to do a big longer drive to go pick up my kids' passports now, so I'm about to hit the road again. And then I've already done a client meeting at 6 a.m. today, so someone who's in Australia. So I've been going and going, and it's like 8:46. I feel like I've had a full day already. Good morning. My kitchen's a mess. I like looked at it last night and I was like, I'm gonna deal with this tomorrow. Like, some teenager took a salad bowl. That's a salad, like, here's my hand. A salad bowl, and got Cheerios in it. Like, I don't, what? Anyways, I didn't have a chance to update this yesterday with the great news we got. It was so good. So I'm gonna sit down and we're gonna have a little chat. Half the kids are still sleeping. And I was like, I really wanna update you guys. So great news. They did the CT scan with contrast and no spread. It's still going to the radiologist, I believe, who's gonna like do like a detailed look, measurements, blah, 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 all that stuff. Lymph nodes, super small, which is great. The oncologist came in and did an aspiration of the lymph nodes just to test it, so that's out. The tumor is quite large, but it is a thyroid tumor. It is not invading any arteries or anything, so it can be removed. It's so good. This is like best case scenario, honestly, guys. My vet, like, I really try to avoid saying anything negative because I would never want to cancel someone, or like, I just don't buy into that. I don't like to like, yeah, but I'm quite frustrated about what my vet put me through. I know they're limited. Like, I'm just really realizing that these regular vets can be a bit limited with some of their knowledge, and I'm trying to kind of remind myself that. But two things. One, she really made us think, like, she definitely said, don't give him a death sentence just yet. But when I said, the first thing I said was, could this be a thyroid tumor? She completely dismissed it and was like, oh, dogs don't get that. And it is, that's what it is. And she was pretty sure that it was hemangiosarcoma, which is horrible and super deadly, and there's nothing you can do. And it's horrible because the dog is perfectly fine until they drop dead because it's ruptured. And so my kids and I, unfortunately, Everly was with me at that initial appointment, and it was like out of nowhere that this whole conversation started. I would have never brought a kid with me to that appointment. So I couldn't manage the information flowing into my house. It's like, and Everly was like, I tried to say, can I just wait and find out more and then we tell the other kids? But she was like, no, I can't, like, I can't keep a secret. You have to tell everyone. So like, my kids have been on this roller coaster with me this whole time. Like, we were so deep in our grief and sobbing and stuff. And then now here we are with like a very treatable cancer. It's very expensive, but like treatable. So the other thing with this vet is I found out from these specialists, they went through all the paperwork in fine detail, and I guess I overlooked it because I take my dog to the vet and I'm like, give him all his vaccines. I pay a lot of money. She hasn't been giving him his rabies vaccine for like 2 years. It's not actually, okay, this is not that vet. This is this previous vet. She recently took over, so I can't say it about her, but it's the same veterinary clinic. Anyways, so I'm gonna be looking for a new vet once this is all said and done. Like, it's like a family doctor, you know? Like, so a little like, just, I'm trying to kind of be like, hey, she did the best with what she knew, but the dismissal of the thyroid tumor, I think she needs to educate her more with herself with that one. And I'm kind of looking forward to her receiving the pathology and all the findings and stuff and being like, oh, she was right. So anyways, I'm so happy. So he is a little not quite, he's done very well since. He's not quite himself, like, so they had to put him under general anesthesia, yesterday was insane. I had like 2 long meetings. I just had so much yesterday. But he almost seems like he's on alert, like he's fighting sleep. Like, I'm worried, like he seems fine. I'm just being hyper vigilant, but like he seems almost like afraid to go into a deep sleep. He slept in my bed with me last night because I've become a big sucker, and he just sleeps when I'm in this house. There's no one sleeping on the other side of the bed, and he just sleeps like on the gray cover on the other side of the bed, and he's so good. And in the morning I was like, we had a sleepover. So every once in a while we'll do that, but I have a feeling that's gonna be more and more because, yeah, you kind of don't realize what you have until you're faced with possibly losing it. And so now there's like this brand new appreciation for Oliver. So next stage is I'm gonna be meeting with, I guess, the oncologist and the surgeon this week. Like, I think they could be like virtual meetings. And then what we're gonna do is make a plan. I'll know more price-wise about what I'm looking at, and then yeah, we're going to, it'll probably have a surgery like August. So the GoFundMe has been updated. Please, if you can, donate if you can. I'm even thinking maybe like, once he's cancer free, there could be like a meetup at a dog park or something. So if you're in the area, that could be something fun. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in doing. But I've raised it now to 10,000. I don't know, and I've put all the receipts there, and I don't know exactly how much this next phase is going to be. I've been given an idea, but once I have the meeting and stuff, I'll adjust it. Yeah, so great news. We're on to the next phase. And thank you everyone who's donated. There's been quite a few people, and we just need to keep that going, and I gotta keep figuring out, because like I said before, financially we were just like really settling into this good place finally. It's been a lot of like, there's just can be unexpected expenses. I think, like I said, one of the hardest things is like growing a business. And then it's like you got to put a lot back in the business for the first while, and then just limited time to work, which is now increasing more, but it's been a fair bit over the last year of like just needs and appointments for 2 of my kids. So I just really can't let this like put us in a hard situation. Like groceries and everything got more expensive. I just need to keep my kids and I in like this good place. And so the GoFundMe's just been huge. And I know so many of you were like, even before I put it up, were like, start a GoFundMe. I'd want to help with Oliver. Like a lot of you are just so invested in him. Anyways, I'll keep you guys updated. All right, I have no idea if I filmed this part. I'm just getting my asparagus ready for dinner. Like what I filmed so far, I've kind of anyways, it's got away from me if I'm gonna be putting out any YouTube content anytime, it's gotta be just super thrown together. More like how I do my Insta stories, just get on here and chat. Maybe one day down the road I'll do other stuff, but right now it's just kind of like, it is what it is. I actually really am into listening to people talk on Insta stories and YouTube, so that's my vibe. If it's not, don't worry about it, you can move on. Anyways, I forget if I said this on here, and I'll probably through editing figure that out, is the foster puppy that I was showing on my Insta stories. And like, here's like the whole story, because so many people are like, where's the puppy, where's the puppy? So when everything kind of hit the fan with Oliver, and our vet was like giving us like a very grim outlook, we were kind of like, maybe like talking about, you know, a future puppy and we'll rescue again. And like, the rescue that we got Oliver from was very quick to be like, we have a bunch of puppies coming like end of July, they need homes ASAP. And I was like, okay. Then it was like, oh no, it's actually coming in like 3 days. Something slipped through the cracks there, and we were supposed to receive a bunch of information about this guy and everything. And I think because we had Oliver, something happened and we didn't get the right information. And so we were not quite set up for success. And I think it was just, they thought because we had Oliver, we kind of knew what to expect with some of these guys who stay in the rescue for so long, and we didn't. So we had him, he was great initially, he was great with Oliver, great with the kids, and then 2 incidents happened. One involved Jackson, who's a sweetheart, and then the other one actually involved me. And so it's hard to say, like, I know enough about dogs that I could see that this guy, he's got potential, but he's got a long road ahead of him, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if they're just gonna quickly place him with another family, but the situation was witnessed by a lot of other people, including all my kids, and all the people who witnessed it were big time dog people. And right away we were all like, that dog needs to kind of leave our house. There's kids here. Thank goodness it didn't happen with the kids. And like the rescue agreed too, that yeah, probably placing him in a home with someone who has like super experience with these rescues from Help Pods. The thing is, Oliver came to us, like he was rescued at 4 weeks. When he was rescued, the rescue barely had puppies. He was in someone's house, and then he came on a straight flight to us at 10 weeks. So there wasn't like trauma there. Needless to say, he left. We brought him to that other foster, and then we started to get this kind of like more hopeful news about Oliver. So that's that, and I'm gonna direct people to this who's asking a lot on Insta stories. Anyways, I'm like feeling this extreme exhaustion lately. My kids come home from their dads very soon, and I messaged them earlier. I'm like, listen guys, like I haven't really been saying no. That's something I've realized, is I haven't been saying, like even with the foster puppy, sorry, that's like hair in my mouth. I was presented with this opportunity, and I probably should have said no, but I was like, this is meant to be kind of thing. I can tend to be like, I can do it all, but there's a lot of different things. There's some like things with just organizing work. Work's been busy, but just like the way I'm organizing it, kids stuff, like I need boundaries with my bedtime. I've been kind of like, I think because that always happens to me, is like if my kids are going through something, I totally, I guess out of guilt, feel like I need to just bend over backwards, but then the problem is I'm putting myself last. So I'm super burnt out, I'm super run down. This is not quite like me. I'm usually not like this, but I'm such a routine person, and these last few weeks have just like really worn me down. So I am taking a vacation, so the kids are going away with their dad, and then Ben and I each he has work off, we coordinated it, and then I'm like making sure that I don't have work commitments like for about a 7-8 day chunk. It's coming up soon. We're getting close. I need it so badly. So the big thing is gonna be to just kind of like look at my to-do list, my priorities, and basically be very picky about what I say yes to from now on, because I have not been saying the word no enough, and I need 2 more. Anyway, I'm gonna end this one here. We're kind of in this like middle point with Oliver, with me waiting to meet with the team who's gonna be doing his surgery and stuff. So I'm definitely gonna be still doing the GoFundMe. The donations are helping huge. It helped huge with the diagnostic stuff, but now we're on to the next phase, which is like expensive. I've updated the GoFundMe, and then once I know more, I'll update everyone else. But yeah, I just feel like I finally got my kids and I into a really good place, and I just want to keep that guy alive. But it was like, oh my God, another torpedo into our life. So everyone's donations have meant a lot, but like, let's keep it going. Yeah, and I'll keep updating you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll make another one soon. Bye.